You are listening to the Mark Lesko Podcast, a podcast by diehard fans for fans. Mark covers all things Penn State football and the Pittsburgh Steelers, as well as anything related to the sports and fitness world. Tune in weekly to listen to a couple of dedicated fans talk about these topics without filters. Thank you for listening to the Mark Lesko Podcast.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to the Mark Lesko Podcast with your co-host, Brett Cable, as usual. We are Penn State. Let's go 1-0 today. We got Maryland on the schedule. The only team worse than Maryland right now is probably Purdue, so shouldn't be much of a hard task, but at the same time, we still got to play the game, and it's freezing out, so I don't see long passes happening today. Probably going to be a run the ball down your throat type of game, and that's okay, but we still need to see the receivers get moving. So,
yeah. As I was telling Brad, I'm still not feeling that great. I've had the flu.
Yep.
I'm still fighting it. So, don't get the flu. It sucks. But I'm well enough that I can be on here right now. Gonna do post game too. So thanks, Brett, for coming on.
Yeah.
Few things right now. Georgia sucks. Almost lost to Georgia Tech. We had a lot of guys on TikTok talking crap, telling us our schedule sucks and we're weak and the SEC is so much better. And it's like, dude, shut up. Our one loss was to Ohio State. We beat Minnesota on the road by 1. Georgia beat Georgia Tech at home by 2. At home, I think I said that, but like you sent me that little meme last night about them barely beating Georgia Tech, but our schedule sucks and we suck, so that makes a lot of sense. But I told the one TikToker, he called us clowns. We were called dummies. We were called what else were we called? We were called several names, but I'm officially naming the podcast the Mark Lesko Clown Show, just because of that one guy. So, just so that guy knows that it's officially being changed to the Mark Lesko Clown Show. So,
but little does he know it's actually an oxymoron towards him and clowns like himself. So it's an oxymoron name. I hope you guys enjoy it.
So I'm going to have to change the logo. I'm going to have to change everything, man. I mean, and then I'm going to have to put a little clown emoji next to everything. So
get the red noses. We'll get the gear, too. I mean, if you guys really want to, we'll go full throttle on it. Every day will be Halloween,
Dude, you know what I should do? I should pull up some of these comments and just show people what we've been seeing. But
should.
Brett, Alonzo Ford's out. That sucks.
Anthony
Donk is out. Nolan Rucci will step in. I think he'll be just fine. I'm not worried about him. I mean, he's a 5-star freaking transfer kid. I mean, I'm not worried about him at all. So he'll have to step up. But, also with our depth at defensive end, not that we're really hurting, but we could put some linebackers easily at defensive end if we need to. Tony Rojas, one of my favorite players for several reasons. One, he's a middle linebacker, hybrid safety pretty much. He wears number 13, which is a pretty uncommon number. His hair is awesome. He's a freak of an athlete. He's fast. He's big. As a bodybuilder, he's got a good physique. So I just love the guy. So he can do it all. People need to stop getting on him so much. He's young, and he is an absolute freak of an athlete. I mean, that kid, I think, is going to be in the NFL and make a difference at some point. Probably have to put on some more weight, but And then Deny, he could be moved to defensive tackle too if needed. That's what he did last year because the DNs were so freaking stacked. I mean, they had Chop. They had who was at the other side last year?
Adiz Isaac.
Adiz Isaac. I mean,
he was insane. He had 8.5 sacks, so he led the team in sacks. I also think about it, Smith Vilbert, number 92. He's 6'6", 280 something, dude. They'll move in. We'll move him into defensive tackle too if we need him. So I think he'll probably get most of the reps at defensive tackle.
But all right, Brett. So I'll go through some of these comments.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, someone said what?
So
that means we said something, right? You just made the point for how strong the SEC is. You clearly don't understand. Yep, 100%. You're right. Dog, Ohio State is going to lose. Someone just said that. Well, okay, thank you. Penn State is going to get routed first round by anybody. That makes no sense at all.
By anybody. The reasoning on that's so polished. By anybody. Why?
How great all right, so this one was in relation to, I said the SEC. All right, I'm just going to read this whole. SEC is 10 times harder than the Big Ten, little bro. I don't like to make mom jokes, but I said, we're brothers. Your mom must get around. I don't like to go there, but it's like, dude, shut up. Yeah. Penn State doesn't have a single good win. Mickey Mouse schedule. Mickey Mouse. Well, no, actually sums you clowns up. We're clowns now. He said, if you want to compare your resume to any of these SEC schools, I think Texas is getting a pass and not acknowledge your best win is against the overrated Illinois at home, then yes, you are clowns. We never didn't acknowledge that. I mean, we just haven't lost to teams that we're not supposed to. You have. You have no idea what you're talking about. We didn't lose to Arkansas and Vanderbilt and nearly lose to Georgia Tech. I mean, we beat the teams we're supposed to beat. You guys did not. It doesn't matter how hard your schedule is. The committee doesn't care. It doesn't matter. They look at losses. That's it. And I said Alabama lost to Vanderbilt, and you compare our loss to theirs. Georgia lost to that Alabama team, beat Kentucky by 1, and lost to Ole Miss, but we're the clowns. I'm officially naming the name. Did you like that, Brett?
Yeah, I think so. I laughed at the mom joke. That was clutch. Yeah.
And then people are saying OHIO, like.
You guys are down to Michigan at the half.
Yeah, sure. Penn State frauds, go Irish. I said frauds. He said yes, frauds. I said ha ha ha. How are we frauds? I don't get it. But Penn State doesn't have a single good win. Mickey Mouse schedule. SEC is 10 times harder. This might be the worst podcast show ever. And I said I'm officially canceling it. I'm canceling the podcast forever now. Typical delusional PSU fans. How? I said.
No response, of course.
Ohio State fans are the most delusional fan base in sports, like NBA, NFL.
Michigan.
At least they've beaten Ohio State the past few years.
Yeah. They might beat them this year.
So this guy said, loser of Big Ten title game will almost certainly get a 5 seed. I mean, I hope not. I mean, if Ohio State loses, we should be above them. But because it's Ohio State, they might still be above us. Because it's 2 losses, man. We have 1.
No, they might not make it to the chip, dude. I'm telling you. Let's wait on today's game. They're down right now. So let's see. Right. It's early, but
he might be generational talent. Yeah. Most of these dudes won't pass up making millions in the NFL. I disagree. I think some of them would stay. They're already making millions of dollars.
Yeah.
How many guys PSU have in the NFL? How many NC national championship you guys have? We have 2. If you just Google stuff, I don't know if you know how to do that, but
yeah, I guess I can't Google.
Said Mecca of college football, troll level 1000. I said this makes no sense, which it doesn't. Like, are we trolling ourselves? Who are we trolling? Are we okay? I guess we're trolling ourselves. How many guys?
Top 5 amount of guys in the NFL compared to any other team. Literally seriously. Top 5. So
just under James Franklin, man. He's been an assembly line.
Yeah, he's
NFL
been a hater.
I mean, he's a menace, man. Like, Franklin recruits guys. They develop when they're here. I'm not necessarily saying because of him, but because of who he's brought in as coaches. He's great at recruiting coaches and players, but they just don't produce on the field all the time in the sense that the coaches, like, that's why we lose these big games because they don't.
Yeah. In the big games. Well, they just don't win the big game, but they still produce. I mean, Abdul Kader still had 2 sacks against Ohio State.
They compete. I mean, we've lost by like a combined of 40 points the past few years to Ohio State total. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
How many PSU guys have in the NFL? How many times have you won the Big Ten? All you have is a college town is towards the top. All right.
It's not even like a comprehensible sentence.
I know.
It's not.
I've got Flamin Bloomsburg, so I've always been interested. I wish they'd let go of their coach. Yeah. Me, when I'm trying to make my essay look longer, I don't know what that means. This is a waste of time. They're not replacing Franklin. I mean, I don't know, man. They got Ben DePuty, who is a businesswoman.
Yep.
We were trying to guess last night whether she leans right or left. I would guess she leans left, but she might not. She might not. And as I've said, man, like, you don't get to where she is without being good at what you do. So, I mean, I haven't heard like good things about her in the sense that she's like she wanted like an elevator put in her house, like stuff like that. She wanted like an extra house built for her family to live, like, you know, like stuff like that. But she's a president. I mean, they all live pretty expensive lives.
Yeah. And Pat Kraft is a menace, dude. Love the guy. Pat Kraft has been phenomenal. Let's just keep it frank for that. Like the last couple of years, man, he's been putting in work. So,
why do you get punished for playing an extra game? Because you play an extra game and you could lose. That's why you get punished. You are dreaming. You'll be lucky to be in the top 10. Learn how to spell, or learn how to proper grammar.
Also, the SEC only plays 8 conference games, dude. You guys play Mercer and the Citadel in like week 10. Like, come on, get out of here, man.
Podcasters should have to post their resume. Okay, well, for my resume, this is my show or my podcast. For my show, my resume is I have a journalism degree. So shut up. I'm a big J journalist. If you guys apparently that means you know what you're doing if you have a journalism degree. I have a bachelor's degree in broadcast journalism. Shut your mouth. Podcast equipment should be more expensive. I don't know what that means. Podcasters should have to post their resume. I've dropped thousands of dollars. I shouldn't say thousands. I've dropped a lot of money down on my setup. This is about as professional as you can get. Brett is not a podcaster. He has a freaking computer and some headphones. Jared, he has a tablet. Like, I'm not expecting these guys to have a professional setup. No one who has a podcast, everyone has a professional setup, unless they're all together. So,
yeah. And mine's going to get better. So, once I get my computer fixed. So,
Brett has a really expensive house. He spent all of his money on his house. So, Bro's saying a hypothetical 11-2 team with 2 losses against the unanimous number 1 team wouldn't make the 12-team playoff. What? I'm just saying, like, I don't know if they will. I mean, it depends on how it works. Head-to-head may matter. What happened?
Ohio State scored, so it's 10-10 at the half. Yeah, no, 10-10 at the half. There's 30 seconds left, but it was a run.
They always weasel their way in.
How did they score?
Bunch of weasels.
Yeah.
Let's see. This one dude, it was on YouTube. I should pull those up. Those are even better. Like they were talking about how I'm just gonna pull them up real quick and then we'll talk Minnesota. But okay. I just want to give you guys some entertainment. I'm gonna make a whole like segment about what's in the comments today.
Yep.
Which I'm glad we get comments. You guys on TikTok, you post like and call us stupid and stuff. Okay. Here we go. Notre Dame versus Piss U on home field, away field, or neutral field wins by 21. Notre Dame's beating us by 21. You heard it first from Josh Buff, other motivation ALBU 2348. That's one of the dumbest names I've ever seen.
If they do beat us, it'll be by 3. Maybe 6. Like that's
good morning, gang. Charlie and Styles, what's up, man? For whoever gets Georgia at Georgia, oh Lord, good God have mercy. I agree. I don't, even after last night, I still think that if they play us, they beat us fairly convincingly.
Maybe.
After that, okay, that's a long one. I'm not going to read that. Be careful what you wish for. You might not be ready for what you see. I don't know what that means. You hope the expected team you get in there will win, but winning is a different thing. That makes no sense. I I'd like to see Penn State play in the SEC. One decent team. Penn played. You lost.
Decent.
I agree. Like, Penn State. I would like to see them play in the SEC too.
We actually beat decent teams. We lost to a good team. So I mean, there's that.
Penn State is dog shit. I don't know why people keep thinking Penn State is good. They're so terrible. You don't know how to spell. Just because you beat up on sorry ass teams doesn't mean anything. Every time you play a game that matter, you always disappoint and don't win the games that matter. You know what a run-on sentence is? King James. I mean, he doesn't seem like the brightest person either, so it's not.
If he's a King James fan, he's a crybaby, just like King James. They're both crybabies. Yeah. So you're a crybaby.
Kamala voter. I have no idea, not even a guess, just waiting to see what happens. Cost 22 is awesome. Definitely right in the fantasy department. Yep, we're fantasy. Okay, so he replied, look, Big Penn State fan, love your optimism. And yes, you're right, anything can happen, but I can't get past Kodonecki and his offensive strategies. The guy's a knucklehead, in my opinion. Well, don't just say that in the first place, man. Like, just say that instead of saying his fantasy department. I don't know who you are. Sounds fantastic how to join for the giveaway, I guess. Now confirmed, Bryce Baker, yep. Illicit always comments, good stuff.
Yep. The good, the bad, and the ugly is what we're going over. And the ugly comes down to people not forming sentences and they're illiterate. And
if you were the Mecca, you'd have the pull to get just about anyone. We do. That's what I'm saying.
We do get. We get.
Yeah, we can get anybody we want. Ellis, you can't really say that more. 2 dummies, 1 picture. I love it. This is the one. Because it's Ohio State, or maybe it's because Oregon played their best possible game against Ohio State's D game and squeaked by a 1-point win. Just listen to this. I don't even know what he's saying, but I kind of formulate it. Oregon isn't winning the Big Ten title if it's a rematch. The scale top was Autzen Stadium, and play clock the refs refuse to review like they do in every other top 10 game when it's a close down.
He's got
You called us dummies. Drunk. Like, what the hell are you saying?
You're drunk, dude.
I guess neutral field. Ohio State wins by 14. Oh my God! You understand? Ohio State played base defense the entire game, blitzed 2 times. They have picked that up to about 30% since that game. Gabriel will throw 2 picks in a rematch. You love 2 dummies in a picture. What? Yes, if 2 people can be openly stupid together, it gives hope that the world is still free. You'd be the first 2 out. That makes no sense. I mean, none of this makes any sense.
No.
I said, this makes 0 sense. Stay off YouTube. I'm done with you. Once I say I'm done with you, I'm never answering you again. Yeah. Mark Lesko Podcast, he gave me violins. Now, those are supposed to be tiny violins, but they don't look tiny. They look like normal-sized violins. So, you didn't even get that right. Haters gonna hate. Get your popcorn. Enjoy the show, boys. We are. You're tied with Michigan at half. Shut up. Without Warren, we kind of suck. Not really. Yes. I said, why did you comment this? We can say we, man. We're diehard fans. Shut up. Mission accomplished. Not really. It's cool, but he's undefeated on the road this year. When you have Kodonecki calling plays, the best we can hope for is not to get embarrassed in the first round. I mean, slightly true.
His play calling hasn't really been the issue. I mean, through most of the year, it's been pretty solid. It was that one game, he messed up on the biggest game. He's got to tighten up, and I think he's going to learn from his mistakes. And Tyler Warren's going to get the freaking ball. Like, let's be honest here.
Notre Dame plays USC today.
Sure do.
What else? I think that's about it. 20-13, hold that L. Dude, Ohio State fans, like, they're just like, I don't get it.
It's the most basic comment, too.
Why do you talk crap to us? Like,
your team won. We know. We watched the freaking game. We're actually like
compete versus anyone.
have 20/20 vision. Like I could put
Cry
glasses
to your
on.
mama. The Buckeyes own you. Your internet connection is about like your football team. Vote Trump. I said my internet connection was fine. What are you talking about? I did vote for Trump. Although you seem as dumb as a Kamala voter, I guess you didn't vote for her. The smartest thing you've ever done. Truth is, and then he starts like being nice to me. That makes no sense. Audio for the big guy sucks ass. I said your profile picture is a baby. That's really weird. Stepping over a play at OSU taunting was a good call. That wasn't a fumble either. The refs didn't beat Penn State. Penn State just got beat.
Yeah, your name's Vegas Buckeye. That's stupid. Yeah. Dude, this Tennessee-Vanderbilt game, Tennessee-Vanderbilt, 17-17. That's insane.
The guy on the bottom is a delusional idiot. But, yeah, just some of the comments. I thought you guys might enjoy that.
Who was the guy on the bottom? Was that me?
Probably. Yeah, because typically you're on the bottom, so.
Yeah.
You or Jared. It could be me. We're all delusional idiots, which is why I'm changing the podcast name to Mark Lesko Podcast. Favorite podcast to listen to from the tree stand. Thank you, Simon. Simon is in a tree stand right now, hunting.
Get a big buck, Simon. Bring it home.
Yeah, I'm gonna post it in the background of the podcast here once you kill it. You know, I was never a hunter, man. You know, never was really into it. But I like to fish. But to me, man, just like going out in the freezing cold, 15 feet in the air, I'm afraid of heights as it is. You know, holding a gun, that's making you more cold. And then when you do see something, when you shoot the gun, it almost blows your shoulder out of place. It's like, it just doesn't appeal to me.
Yeah, it's not for
everybody.
everybody.
Guys, game day. Thanks, Illicit. What do you guys think about Maryland? But, Brett, go ahead and talk about Maryland, man.
All right. So Maryland, I don't know if it was confirmed. Billy Edwards, their quarterback, actually some really good numbers this year for the most part. He got hurt last week versus Iowa, so I don't even know if he's playing. I haven't really seen anything that he's not, but I don't know if he is playing. He's probably not going to be 100%. They do have a really good receiver, Ty Felton, so like he's probably going to get a couple catches. That's fine. They always have a couple really good receivers for some reason. I mean, Maryland, it's not like they're not a trench team. They don't have good trench play. They don't have good cornerbacks usually or anything like that sometimes, but they always have good receivers. So something to look into. Their defense is bad overall, though. So, I could see Drew could pick this thing apart. It's a little bit windy out, like I was saying, so I don't know if we're going to be really pushing the ball down the field to Amari Evans, but still get some short passes going, get the run game going. Just blow them out, man. Let's do it. Like, win by 24, win by 30. If we win by at least 3 touchdowns, I'll be satisfied. If we win by less than that, not really going to be happy about it. Win's a win, but we need to put on some style points right now after last week. Last week we squeaked out a win, good win, but should have won by more than that. So, yeah, I see Nick Singleton. Nick Singleton's finally healthy, man. So I see him having a good game. I see Katron having a good game. Like I said, Drew. Go to Harrison Wallace early, man. If Tyler Warren gets like 95 yards, he gets to 1,000 yards receiving. So obviously, give the ball to Tyler Warren. We want to see him get to 1,000 yards. He's going to get to it anyways in the post games, or the postseason. But it'd be nice for him to get it in the regular season because that's a big achievement for tight end. So yeah, I don't want to see the mental mistakes we made on the offensive line play like we did last week. Last week our offensive line was bad, and it wasn't physical problems; it was mental mistakes. So I want to see the boys clean that up, and I think they can. Go to the tape room, watch some film, see what you did wrong, and you can definitely clean it up. So, not too much to talk about for this game. Like we said, Maryland's 4-7, dude. They won one game in the Big Ten, and it was against USC, which is just funny. But yeah.
Yeah, overall, not much to write home about. Minus 24, 25, over under 50. I'd take like plus the points and the under just because it's cold. But
Yeah.
then again, man, we could come out and really put up some style points. We could.
Yeah.
Because, that's kind of what we should do, what we need to do.
Senior
Doesn't
day.
mean we will.
Senior day.
But,
And oh, no, go ahead.
well, I was just going to say that, with guys like this, with a team like this, I know the head coach of Maryland and Franklin are like good friends. They've talked about that openly.
Yep.
The Maryland coach, man, he just seems like a cool guy,
Loxley.
for sure. Yeah, he seems like a cool guy.
Does.
He seems like a good coach. He's just in Maryland. So
Yeah.
quarterback comparison. He actually has more yards than Drew. Obviously, they're a very heavily passing team. They're
But
definitely going to
interceptions?
pass a lot for sure this year. They're going to pass a ton. This game.
Yep.
They're going to pass a ton. They have passed all year. And then Felton, 9 touchdowns. He's like their guy. That's the guy. So we'll see. I don't think it's going to be very high scoring because it is freezing. But at the same time, it could be high scoring both ways. We'll see. But I think Penn State's going to dominate them totally. I just don't think they're going to win by 25. So
21 maybe.
Nice little parlay. I think you could take, the under and plus the points. So if you want to bet, I've really stayed away from that this year. I know I was going to have a betting show and stuff, but I just, after the first 2 weeks, I just stopped. I was like, rather than most likely lose my money, I'm just going to hold on to it, invest it, and put it into the market where it grows. I pretty much put I put money in the market every month. So definitely do that if you want to grow your money rather than lose it gambling. I will say some good people to follow, like Clay Travis, Outkick. Friday Beers. What's his name? He's hilarious.
For bets.
Yeah.
Josh Pate's pretty good. I mean, he's just good in general. But Josh Pate.
Let's see here. I'm gonna find him. Hold on. He's one of the best guys to follow. Shoot. Gavin McHugh. He's awesome. He's great.
Yeah. Yep.
He had that one dude for the Packers scoring twice the other night. Now, I think that guy, what he does full time is gambling. And he's pretty good at it. I mean, he's really good at it. I think he's a Birds fan. But just a couple good guys to follow there. But you guys in the comments, give your thoughts on the game today. Ask us questions if you want. But yeah, Brett, overall, I think we dominate. I think we put up some points. I think we put up style points. Maryland's going to pass the ball. It's what they're good at, but I don't know how effective they are. I'm sure Felton is going to get a touchdown. But, at the end of the day, man, it's going to be all us. It's going to be all Penn State. And then, so depending on how I'm feeling going forward, well, we're going to do a post game today, and then probably Tuesday we'll try and do another college football watch party.
Yep.
The last one was really good with you and Jared. I was sick, so I was not on it. You guys were running that. But, yeah, so we'll probably do one Tuesday, whether it's me and Brett and Jared, or me and Jared, or just me. Probably be able to get all three of us. And then going forward, I think what we'll do is we'll just do, for the playoffs, probably still do 2 episodes a week, but I'm shooting towards probably Saturdays. For the episodes, and then I think the official reveal party is what, next Sunday? Is that it? The official reveal is like next Sunday, because the title games are Saturday, Friday and Saturday, I think. So next Sunday will be the official college football reveal.
Yeah, it should be
where we're at officially, because the title games are all Saturday. So we'll do probably Sunday. We'll probably do a Sunday show.
Yeah.
And then even over Christmas, like I don't stop. I've done shows on Christmas Day, Thanksgiving Day, July 4th. I'll do it Christmas Day if I need to. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
Probably do pregame for the Chiefs Steelers on Christmas Day. But yeah, so we're gonna keep it going for Maryland and take it from there, man. So Brett, score predictions. You have score predictions?
Yeah. Well, I wanted to mention quick too. So there are some people who are celebrating Senior Day who have eligibility left. Two of those people to keep in mind: Liam Clifford. He's a senior academically, but he's a redshirt. So he's a redshirt junior. So that's what I mean. So he's got a year left to play, which obviously he's coming back next year. That's obvious. So it'd be good to have some experience coming back. And then Harrison Wallace, dude. Harrison Wallace, our best receiver right now. He's a redshirt junior, so he can come back next year as well. That's a big one because I think next year he could be really good. So
Mm-hmm.
those are two to keep in mind and two important pieces moving forward. Score prediction. This is a tough one, man, because the weather. If it was nice out, it would be so much easier to do a score prediction. I'm gonna say. I think we can get to 30, man. It's Maryland, you know. Like I don't
I can
see.
hear the helicopters going over my
Oh,
house.
nice. I can see us getting to 30 even in this weather. I don't see it being a problem. Maybe even 35. I'm gonna do 31 to 10. It's just because it's so cold, man. I don't know. I mean, I think if it was normal, like we could score 50 on Maryland, no problem. We usually do. We did last year. We scored like 55. I could see us scoring 38 or 40, but I'm just going to go 31 to 10 for today.
Yeah, I got 45-21,
Okay.
which is 24-point difference.
Yeah.
Which means they don't hit the
Yeah.
spread, but it hits the over. So
Yeah.
again, it's cold, but I think we put up points, man. I do, but I also think we give up some points. When you're cold, man, playing football, it slows you down for sure.
Yeah.
You know, I'll say that. Which anyone who's played football in the cold knows that when it's cold, it just makes things harder. It hurts to hit. I mean, I remember playing in the cold, and when you hit someone, man, like your hands, for example, your hands are always cold. You need
Yep.
hand warmers. Like today, it's freezing.
Yeah.
Like you can see your breath. It's freezing cold.
Yeah.
You got to keep your hands warm, because man, like when you hit someone with cold hands, and that's the thing. It's like anything else. Like if it's colder, you know, you can break something. You can tear something. So they're definitely gonna be warm for sure. They probably have thermals on and hand warmers and all that
Mm.
stuff. So they'll be warm, but still, it's just harder when it's cold.
Yeah.
And when you're cold, and one thing I saw Booger McFarland saying is, and when he played for I forget who, the Bucks or something, you couldn't wear sleeves. You weren't allowed to wear sleeves on defense. Like James Harrison for the Steelers, he never wore sleeves. I remember games where it was like, my God, man, negative wind chill. He didn't have sleeves on, but he would put Tiger Balm on their arms because that keeps the cold from hitting your arms, I guess.
Hmm.
And he did that one time. He didn't know that the vets did that, and he was sleeveless and didn't have Tiger Balm on. He said he was down in his stance in the cold, like went up his butt. He said it was like the coldest he's ever been. But yeah, 45-21. I still think they put up some points. I think they put up style points because this team's not good. But I think they win convincingly. So I think they get into
Yeah.
the 40s, but at least the 30s, Brett. I agree. They definitely get into
Yeah.
the 30s, I think. But real quick, Brett, this is something I want to get back into is what to watch. So Oz is on Hulu, classic show. It's about well, Chuck Zito's in it. You'll recognize some games in there. J.K. Simmons, I think is his name. J.K. Simmons is in it. But great show, man. Classic, like just a phenomenal show in the sense that it's late '90s TV. It's really good, really good. Man Inside, Netflix. That's very funny. I forget the guy's name, the actor in that show, but it's funny. I haven't watched the whole thing, but Thanksgiving the movie, fairly new in the past few years. That's really good. And then Arkansas on Netflix. I think it's Chris Evans is in it. Chris Evans. Yeah, I'm sorry, Liam Hemsworth, who I think they kind of look alike, but Vince Vaughn, Clark Duke, John Malkovich, and then the man inside. That show has who is it? Is it Ted Danson? Ted Danson.
I'm not sure.
He's kind of a classic actor. Yeah, Ted Danson. He's in it. I for some reason I can never get Yahoo off of my preferred search engine. Dude, Yahoo is horrible. Oh my God.
It should retire. Like
It's so bad.
Should be bought out by somebody. Yeah.
Yeah, Ted Danson is in it, but yeah, just some what to watch there for you guys. Did the comments segment. So you have our score predictions. Go Penn State. Let's get this dub today, and then we'll be doing post game after. It'll probably be me and Jared on right after, no matter what. But Brett, you hop on when you can. Will you be able to do it right after? Do you think?
Should be pretty close. Yeah, I'm gonna go over to my dad's. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for commenting, Simon, Illicit.
Yep. Get a big buck, Simon, and Illicit. Enjoy the game. You guys enjoy the game.
Yeah, we'll see you guys after the game for post game, and we'll take it from there. So, see you guys. Let's get this dub.
Yep. Peace.